At approximately 12:30 a.m. on May 2nd, 2011, two Black Hawk helicopters crossed into Pakistani airspace undetected. On board, 23 Navy SEALs. Their target, a walled compound in the quiet town of Abbottabad, just a mile from Pakistan's top military academy. For nearly 10 years, the man inside had been the most wanted human being on Earth, and almost no one, not even most of the American government, knew he'd been found. September 11th, 2001, 19 hijackers, 4 planes, nearly 3,000 dead. Within hours, US intelligence had a name: Osama bin Laden, founder of Al-Qaeda. Within weeks, American forces were in Afghanistan, hunting him through the mountains of Tora Bora. He escaped, and then, nothing. For years, bin Laden became a ghost. Occasional audio tapes, no location, no trail. The breakthrough didn't come from satellites or drones. It came from a name whispered under interrogation. Detainees in CIA custody across multiple black sites kept mentioning one alias, Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti, a courier, someone trusted enough to carry messages directly to bin Laden himself. If they could find the courier, they could find the man. It took years. Detainees lied. Leads went cold. Some prisoners, under harsh interrogation, gave false names to throw investigators off. But slowly, painstakingly, analysts cross-referenced phone intercepts, informant tips, and fragments of intelligence stretching back almost a decade. By 2007, they had the courier's real name. By 2009, they were close enough to trace his movements. In August 2010, satellite surveillance located al-Kuwaiti's vehicle. It led CIA operatives to a compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan, a walled property nearly 8 times the size of neighboring homes. No phone lines, no internet. Residents burned their own trash instead of putting it out for collection. One family lived on the top floor, rarely seen, never interacting with neighbors. The CIA built a safe house nearby just to watch it. For months, analysts studied the compound without ever confirming who was inside. They couldn't get a clear photo of the tall man who paced the courtyard each day. The walls were too high, the routine too careful. Intelligence officers nicknamed him the Pacer. Satellite images, communications analysis, and a CIA-run fake vaccination program in the area, all aimed at the same question: was this bin Laden? By early 2011, President Obama was being briefed on the compound almost weekly. Confidence estimates from different agencies varied wildly, anywhere from 40 to 90% certain. There was no absolute proof. No confirmed photo, no intercepted phone call, no DNA. Just years of pattern analysis pointing at one walled property in a military town. Obama had 3 options on the table: an airstrike that would level the compound, and any hope of confirming the kill. A joint operation with Pakistani forces, risky given fears the target could be tipped off, or a unilateral raid deep inside a nuclear-armed ally's territory without informing them at all. On April 29, 2011, Obama chose the raid. May 1st, late evening in Washington, 2 modified Black Hawk helicopters lifted off from a base in Afghanistan, flying low to avoid Pakistani radar. Inside, SEAL Team 6. The plan called for near total silence, no engagement with local forces, minimal noise, minimal time on target. Then, as the first helicopter hovered over the compound's courtyard, something went wrong. The dense night air caused a loss of lift. The helicopter clipped a wall and crash-landed inside the compound itself. The mission commanders adapted immediately. SEALs breached the walls on foot. Room by room, they moved through the compound in near total darkness. 2 men were killed on the ground floor. A woman was shot in the leg. Then, on the top floor, the one no neighbor had ever seen inside, SEALs found a tall man stepping into the hallway. Within seconds, he was shot. The operation, from landing to liftoff, lasted less than 40 minutes. Osama bin Laden was confirmed dead through facial recognition software and a family member's identification. His body was flown out of Pakistan and, within 24 hours, buried at sea, a decision made to avoid creating any physical shrine for followers. President Obama addressed the nation just before midnight. Justice had been done. The raid ended a manhunt that spanned nearly a decade, 2 presidential administrations, and thousands of hours of intelligence work, most of it invisible, most of it built on educated guesses rather than certainty. It also raised lasting questions. How had bin Laden lived undetected so close to Pakistan's military establishment for years? Those questions, unlike the manhunt itself, were never fully answered.